You guys are still watching the PBA live on TV5 dahil sa strained MCL, dismayado pa rin magpasa hanggang ngayon si Junmar dahil hindi makapaglaro. It wasn't until after 1 week after the injury na nasimulan niya ang strengthening, and up to now, they're taking it one day at a time to fully take care of the injury. Playable naman daw pero hindi nila pinupush, kaya naman kahit sa practices, limited participation pa rin si Junmar. He is expected to play though for the last 2 games of the eliminations. Pero kahit daw si Junmar, hindi pa rin masabi how confident he will be by then. Kung gaano siya kagaling at kung gaano magiging maganda ang kanyang laro gaya nung kung paano niya nasimulan ang conference. Balik sa inyo, guys.
Well, maganda naman din kay Junmar. He's no stranger to injury. So he's familiar in bouncing back from an injury and then getting his confidence back.
Well, but the thing with the strained MCL, of course, you don't need an operation with it. But the thing is, there is a feeling na parang maluwang yung area na yun. And as a player that wants to play at the top of your game, that's something that will bother you when you're on the floor. And for Junmar, with the record that they have, it is not a point in the conference in which you have to go, okay, isusugal na natin to. You have to get your rest. And by getting your rest, you actually give your team a chance, and of course yourself, to get better in the long haul.
It's a calculated move, because Petron naman, you expect this team to go far in this tournament anyway. So you're seeing the numbers of Junmar when he played against Barako Ball. 22 rebounds, not a typo. Totoo po yan. Tama yan. And that's what they're missing in this game.
And that is just the norm as well. Para dito kay Junmar Fajardo. Every time I look at the stats and I see that he actually is averaging 17 rebounds a game, and you have to go and look at the everyday stats, and probably his worst rebounding game would probably be like an 11 rebound game, a 12 rebound game.
11 lang.
So, but those are the numbers that the big men of the league right now are showing. That's why kanina napakita natin yung kay Dorian Peña, there's a lot of responsibility on his shoulders because all these big men are just putting up some crazy numbers.
Even big men like Dorian Peña, he's trying to have a revival sa kanyang PBA career. As he had a great game earlier in the first game. But I also want to ask, Arwin seems to be playing well with Junmar. Why is that?
When you look at Arwin Santos and you look at his numbers, those are close to MVP numbers that he had this year, but the bar has been raised. Hindi na pwede yung ganyan. Dati mataas na yung 1.7 blocks. Ngayon na, 4 na, 3. But Arwin is able to play well with Junmar because he's not working against Junmar, he is working with him. He knows that Junmar is going to get a lot of basketball, he's going to get a lot of attention. Once you learn to realize that opens up spots on the floor and makes things basketball actually easy for you, and Arwin is thriving with that situation.
In other words, hindi mo nararamdaman na, para bang may kaagaw siya sa bola or, na out of position siya because of, another teammate. You don't feel that with the combination of Arwin and Junmar.
And the thing is, Arwin is not competing with Junmar. He is working with him. And, kaya naman matataas pa rin rebound ni Arwin. Ilang player ang magre-rebound and will box out Junmar and opens up things for Arwin, as well as the attention on defense as well.
PBA fans, and welcome to our second game. It's time to meet the starting lineups of both teams. First from your Barako Energy. Starting at guard, number 2, Denok Miranda. Also at guard, number 6, Carlo Lastimosa. At center, number 4, Dorian Peña. At forward, number 99, Rico Meyer-Hoffer. And also at forward, number 7, JC Inta. Head coach for the Energy is Bom Ramos. And now, let's meet the starting 5 of your Petron Blaze Boosters. Starting at guard, number 6, Chris Ross. The other guard, number 13, Marcio Lassiter. At center, number 18, Doug Kramer. And forward, number 3, Chris Lotz. And also at forward, number 29, Arwin Santos. Head coach for the Boosters is G. Abanilla. Game officials are...
Well, which team will get that winning streak that they covet? As we look at our Tanduay Rum starters celebrating rum excellence since 1854. Any surprises for you?
Not much there. Just looking at the matchup, no, maybe about 2 years ago, you would be thinking that a Rico Meyerhofer Arwin Santos matchup would be, something that would be a matchup for many years to come. Arwin Santos able to live up to the expectation. Rico Meyerhofer having to deal with all the injuries that have slowed down his career.
So welcome to the start of this ball game. Ang Barako Bull in fighting red. Petron plays in immaculate white. Dorian Peña against Doug Kramer. Dorian, a lot of confidence in that move.
A lot of confidence because he is, when you look at it, he is actually much bigger than Doug and will probably match the strength of Doug as well.
Well, he's much bigger than a lot of players dito sa PBA. Lots fires, they left him open. Rebound, Meyerhofer.
It'll take a while for Petron to actually figure out the defense of Barako, because Barako also tried to figure out what defense they were playing to start that game. To start this game, rather.
Here's JC Intal. Intal fires a three. Intal got his own miss. Nice toss para kay Dorian Peña. So it's a 4-0 start for Barako Bull. You know what this Barako team has in abundance? Experience.
Yes.
I mean, and yung mga veterano nila, talagang mga veterano na talaga dito sa PBA, as Chris Lutz puts Petron on the scoreboard.
And a majority of their veterans are veterans that have been willing to be yung second fiddle. Na hayaan ko muna, or team first type of veterans.
Yung okay lang kung role player ako.
Oo, sige. Basta kung ano kailangan para manalo.
At saka basta may minutes.
Ano ba talaga?
Bakit? Pwede naman role player ka pero may minutes. Pwede naman yun. There's a foul on Chris Ross, his first personal. And that will be the first team foul against Petron. Nearly 2 minutes having gone by here in the opening quarter. Carlo Lastimosa overshoots. And Lassiter on the move. Ooh, had an open lane.
Yeah, should have probably just hit that with his right hand. I thought that he was going to be contested there in that layup.
Barako Bull, part of that traffic jam. No? Dami na lang sila. 4-7. 4-7. No?
That's his first foul.
5? 6? No, 5 teams. At 4 and 7.
And one of those teams that are actually 4 of 7, at least one of those teams is going to get eliminated.
Doug, that's a shot. Rebound para kay JC Intal. Kenok. Dorian. Lastimosa asking for it. Lastimosa against Lassiter. Lassiter, one of the best defenders in the PBA. And this will be a turnover.
I mean, if you're a rookie and you can be on the wing and tapos papalakpa ka, pasa mo dito, that's a guy that has confidence.
and si Carlo, as we remind you to be a liver lover with Liver Aids and Limarin Capsule. It's Liver Lover. Boy, here's Arwin Santos from the corner.
And his shot has looked much better, or he's made a better percentage of his shots this year compared to last year. On his outside shots.
You know, he just looks more comfortable. Not to say that he wasn't comfortable last year.
He was so uncomfortable, he won the MVP.
You know, he just looks more set, no? With yung cast around him, as Lutz sends it over to Kramer, and Kramer... Oh, tapik ni Arwin? Yep. Arwin Santos gets the tip-in. Oh, yun na nga, parang he just looks more set with yung pieces around him.
Remember that this year is only the second conference, full conference.
Yeah, that's right. When you look at the composition of Petron, how would you compare their composition now, let's say, with how Petron looked 2 years ago?
I think composition-wise, what is noticeable is that mas alam ng mga players kung ano role nila, kung ilang minuto mapupunta sa kanila.
Especially when you look at that second and third unit.
Yes. I think the difference between the composition now is they have 4 main guys, which would be Junmar, Arwin,
Nuts and
Lassiter, and make that 5
with Alex
and Alex. And then the rest of the guys are willing compliments.
Yeah. Yeah, yung main 5 guys know that they will get a ton of minutes.
Oh.
As Meyerhofer, great effort there, but missed the attempt. Tabla tayo at 6 apiece. Here's Lutz.
And to put that in numbers, the 4 guys outside of Alex, because Alex has dealt with an injury, 4 guys averaging all 37 minutes a game. That's it. Junmar, Lassiter, Lutz, and Arwin.
Still no go for Meyerhofer. Tough luck para sa kanya. And Lutz looking at Doug. Bounce pass. And Kramer is hammered and he will take 2. First personal laban kay JC Intal. Sending his good friend Doug Kramer to the line, and si Doug nagpapakapal na rin ng beard. Lamig I'm so envious of people who can grow facial hair. This PLDT Home DSL PBA Philippine Cup is presented by the reliable family-sized connection of PLDT Home DSL, the #1 home broadband.
Kami naman baliktad. Kami naman gusto namin kung pwede, wag na.
Can you grow a beard? A goatee.
Goatee. Sa sides wala. Pilipit eh.
Okay, turnover laban sa Barako Bulls. A look at Barako head coach Bong Ramos. Halos nangangalati na tayo dito sa opening quarter, and Doug Kramer fires. No go. Rebound para kay Dorian Peña.
You can look at the Barako Bulls. They're sitting in that zone defense. Pakiramdam nila, this is going to be the way to beat Petron.
Foul laban kay Arwin Santos. Unang personal foul ni Arwin, at may 4 na ang team fouls ng Petron with still over 6 minutes na natitira dito sa opening quarter. You know, pag tinitignan mo to si Carlo Lastimosa, he is like that example na you need not go to, let's say, like a big-time program in order to make it to the PBA. Diba? I'm not saying that, you know, Pinil is a so-so program, but look at Carlo Lastimosa and what he has done. Time out muna tayo. Back in a moment.
This program is brought to you by PLDT Home DSL, the #1 home broadband.
Kahit sa araw ng pahinga, balitang hatid nila'y gigising sa inyong umaga. Mean Los Baños, Erer Cabatpan, Marlene Alcaide, Edison Reyes. Babangon ka para sa balitang alas 5 simulcast sa Radyo 5 at Aksyon TV.
This program is brought to you by PLDT Home DSL, the #1 home broadband.
Renewed energy at sabi niya thanks to Coach Bong giving him the opportunity and telling him to just relax and play his game. Dati daw madalas dinadoubt niya ang kanyang sarili, pero Coach Bong reminded him that he is very talented and that his skill did not fade away. Balik sa inyo.
Maraming salamat, Cleopatra.
Yun at inisip ko kung sino yung ano eh.
Cleopatra Padilla. Okay, looking at si Dorian Peña. Parang sumasabay si Dorian doon sa uso, which is,
At saka,
let's go big.
Kita mo na, pati yung sapatos, kumolorway na green and orange.
Oo.
Green and orange. Kulang na lang, mag-medyas siya nakapareho na kay Arwin.
Yung kumikinang na green. Stabilo green.
Stabilo green.
6:13 natitira dito sa opening quarter. At lamang ng isa ang Petron, 9-8. Cross-court pass para kay Lastimosa. 10 to shoot. Dorian laban kay Kramer. Outside, Lastimosa fires. No hesitation. That three-point shot brought to you by PLDT Home DSL, the #1 home broadband.
Like we said, kanina, di ba, nung humingi siya ng bola, he was clapping his hands and he wants the ball. He feels that he belongs and he deserves more playing time.
Ano ba siya masaya? Starter na nga.
Oh, remember, he did not have a lot of playing time to start the year, but it slowly got into the good side of Coach Bong.
Tumama yung siko ni Arwin Santos sa mukha ni Denok Miranda. That will be number 2 against Arwin. Coach G. Abanilla hoping to steer Petron to their 9th victory should they win tonight. You know, kung interesante yung nangyayari dun sa lower half kasi ang daming mga 4-7 na team ko. As Denok scores, yung sa ibabaw naman, you're looking at the jockeying for the top. You have Ginebra, you have Petron, and you know, rain or shine, they're making a move towards the end of the elimination round. So I'd be very careful with that team too. Lots hand time. Yes, sir.
Again, the quickness of Petron, that's yun ang gagamitin na dito. You know, shots aren't falling yet from the outside, but they're not settling. They're willing to take it to the basket against that zone.
Denok to Dorian.
Laki ni Dorian.
Ang naman mali pa si Lutz yung natapat sa kanya. So that's, you know, Lutz cannot stop Dorian Peña.
Yes, they decided to trap the pick and roll. Once they trapped the pick and roll, guy in the bottom had to kailangan saluhin si Dorian. Pag saluhin nyo kay Dorian, sandali, ang laki.
Meantime, here's Kramer. And Doug scores underneath at Petron, binawasan yung lamang ng Barako to 2 points. Mark Isip kasama si Lastimosa, Peña, Denok Miranda, and JC Intal. Shot clock down to 12. Pasa sa loob, and JC will score.
Petron's actually the best defensive team in the league right now in terms of points allowed and in terms of field goal percentage. But to start the game, very lax defense we've seen from the Blaze Boosters.
Tapik ni Doug, ends up with Kabagnot. So bagong shot clock para sa Petron. Lutz on the right side. Lutz uses his speed. Sets up Doug Kramer, and Doug will take 2.
Gotta always have your hands ready when Chris Lutz is attacking, averaging over 5 assists a game because he's willing to go to the basket and then also has the ability to give up the basketball.
Foul number 1 laban kay Mark Isip, second team foul against Barako Bull. First free throw goes in for Doug Kramer. And Mick Pinisi papasok na dito alongside Willie Miller. Denok Miranda will sit down, as well as Dorian Peña. Nung nagpasabog si God ng experience, yung Barako Bull talagang nilabas yung pinakamalaking batya Tapos tinanggap lahat ng experience from God. So they have all these players on their team.
Maganda yung alert nila. Lahat sila lumabas.
Oh, as Lutz lost the ball there. Good recovery by Lastimosa. The Rocket on the move. Ball fake and lost it. And
It'll be either a block or a charge. That's what coach the coaching staff of Barako Bull is saying. Can't be neither.
well, Jason Deutsch, but hindi siya gumalaw doon, so it paid off. And there's Doug Kramer and Doug.
Kami na nakuha ni Doug sa ilalim
Ano lang siya, abang-abang lang, no?
Abang-abang hits lang.
Abang-abang lang. Of course, that has to involve mga teammates ang magaling din makahanap ng open na kakampi. 1-point ball game here in the opening quarter. Lamang ang Barako Bull, 17-16. Foul number 1 against Alex Cabagnon. Timeout muna tayo with 2:44 remaining. Sa opening quarter, lamang ng isa ang Barako Bull.
This program is brought to you by PLDT Home DSL, the #1 home broadband.
Ang sikreto ng mga atletang walang kasing lupit. S lang ang katapat niya. Science.
Sa palakasan, baliwala ang lakas at bilis, ang tibay at bangis kung wala sa timpla ang bawat pira.
Mga galaw na kalkulado para sigurado ang panalo. Asti sa Sports Walang Tsamba. Biyernes alas 10 ng gabi sa Aksyon TV. Bahagi ng karunungan, balita at opinyon ng News 5.
This program is brought to you by PLDT Home DSL, the #1 home broadband.
It's the latest and exclusive sports news. Bisitahin lang ang www.sports5.ph at mag-log on para updated every day. Denisi, Steve Jensen, uy si Idol Peñalosa. Jerry, no? Jerry Peñalosa.
Pwede siya, anong gano'ng katapat na si, Jerry? Hindi naman kalaki yan si Jerry,
Bawal malakas manuntok sa minutes.
Kailangan may enforcer ka naman, maglagay ka naman na enforcer.
Okay, I mean, pwede, no? Jerry, one of the most, yung mga technically sound fighters. Ano naman, taas yung standards namin.
Can't missed play there on the defense on the part of Petron after a good defensive stop out of the inbound from the baseline. Barako Bull able to capitalize.
Approaching the last 2 minutes of the opening quarter, Ronald Tubid is now part of the game. Pinasa kay Kabagnot. Mintis ang kanyang tira and the ball goes out of bounds in favor of Barako Bull. I must say, a solid start for Barako Bull here.
Defense working wonders for them. That zone defense, it's doing two things. On the defensive end, it's forcing Petron to get out of their natural course of offense. On the defensive end, because you're playing zone on a team, the other team, there is a tendency to play possum or hindi nawawala yung energy mo.
Tagalogin mo nga yung play possum.
Naglalaro parang patay na ipis. Kasi yung possum
pa yun?
Wala ka na. Hindi ko alam kung ano yung possum.
Lastimosa!
Pareho na rin yun. Pareho naman silang ginagawa eh. Ipis,
Hindi yata ipis yun eh.
Hindi, pero pareho sila style. Kunyari patay, tapos buhay pa rin pala.
Tulo mo kausap eh. Shot clock down to 10. Kabagnot from the corner. No.
Can't get anything going from the 3-point range, Miko.
Lastimosa on the move. Lastimosa floater. At meron siyang 2 free throws.
Well, to be one of those veterans, if you're a rookie and you've already scored 6 points, 7 points, he's going to be willing to give up that foul. Pampakilala.
Ever since, the thing that has worked well para kay Carlo Lastimosa in his dream to make it to the PBA, he's always had a PBA body. Does that make sense?
Yeah, he makes the thing though, Miko, he has a PBA body, but he is undersized. During draft day, I actually thought he was bigger, but when I stood beside him, he is actually short of 6 feet. And if you're gonna play that 2 position, you better be really strong to be able to hold up against the other wings, which are about 6-footers at the minimum.
I'll give you a pick as to why, as you look at points in the pin, as to why Carlo has the potential to make it. It kind of reminds you of Joseph Yeo. As Tubid connects and pinamahan pa si Ronald Tubid with that 3-point shot brought to you by PLDT Home DSL, the #1 home broadband. Kakapalan yung mga balbas nila sa Petron. There's Tubid, hinabol ni Mark Isip. Bam! Yun. Tinamaan sa mukha, pati sa torso. So, bonus free throw. 4-point play, possibility para Tubid. It's a pretty good beard, I must say. Chico Lanete also in the game. Hinahabol si Willie Miller. Mark Pampagal sends it back to Willie. Under a minute na titira dito sa opening quarter. Mark Isip, top of the key, and that's good.
Things that has allowed Mark Isip to stay in the league for quite some time is actually making yung jumper na yan just right around that 15-foot area.
35 seconds remaining dito sa opening quarter. Tubid on the right side. Hinahabol ni Jensen. Lanete. Shot clock down to 10. Lanete. To Taha. Back to Lanete. This place going nowhere. Lanete shot. No go. And atake si Taha and he scores. And right now, itong Barako Bull, they can write the last sentence of the opening chapter. Whoa.
Easy getting caught there. I have to say, happened right in front of us. Referee's doing a good job actually seeing this. Before anyone had a beard, Mick Benisi was born with a beard. Ng original.
Oh. Dati ka may buhok pa si Mick. Okay, so offensive foul on Mick Benisi. So now, Petron can write the last sentence of the first chapter. Pwede lang ubusin yung oras before taking the last shot. 6 seconds to go. Kabagnot, 3 seconds to go. Double team on Kabagnot and may 2 fouls to give ang Barako Bull. Good decision for them. 1 second na lang ang pwede gamitin ng Petron dito. Catch and shoot. Nope, not in time. At dyan magtatapos ang opening quarter. A solid start for Barako Bull. Lamang sila tatlo, 24-21 sa pagtatapos ng opening quarter. As we said, itong Barako Bull Richmond experience, kaya si Dorian Peña connected. Arwin Santos having a great tournament, and the rookie, si Carlo Lastimosa, showing that he belongs in the PBA. Babalik po ang PBA dito sa TV5.